All right, next video, episode 6. We're looking at the cards from Wednesday, March 27th. Let's go. The first card we have for today is Hench Clan Hogsteed, which is a little Murloc riding on a pig. It's a bluegill warrior on a stick, but it has no charge. And it being kind of like a bluegill warrior, ironically, also can do pretty alright to counter an Anyfin by putting a little tiny babby Murloc into the Murloc res pool. But alone, ignoring that, is it any good? It seems like it's okay. It's not really much of a minion that we've seen before. It's a sticky minion that has rush. It's low mana, so I think it could be pretty good in a tempo deck. It does good for trades and for keeping something on the board. That seems pretty alright, honestly. So I'll keep an eye out on this one. Alright, we got our fun card of the day. It's our new gnome friend, Geppettoed Joybuzz, which is a card clearly designed to be a combo activator, combo tool for some kind of fun OTK meme deck where you want a big expensive minion to be a not big small minion, but it doesn't matter what the stats are of the minion. I'm thinking something like the Automaton Mage that I've been trying to work on. Maybe you could run an Automaton Mage where the only other minions other than this are like Automatons and Khadgar, something. I'm going to play around with it. I think there's things it can enable. I think it's kind of like people are comparing it to Dollmaster Dorian, but I think it does things better than Dollmaster Dorian. All right, we got Dragon Speaker now. I'm glad to see that they're printing some Dragon Pally cards. I'm really hoping that they print enough Dragon Pally cards in this set so people who play Standard don't complain about how they're printing Dragon Synergy cards when there's not a lot of dragons in Standard, and why would they print Dragon Synergy cards in Standard when there's no dragons in Standard, even though Wild is a format that exists and Blizzard is fully capable of supporting if they so choose to by printing cards that can support it like they've done before. Even though there's not been Standard Synergy for it, they can print cards for it if they want to. I don't know, maybe. If they want to. It's just a thought. Anyway, how's the card? It seems alright. It reminds me of Glowstone Technician, but for dragons, also bigger buffs. It's 1 mana less than Glowstone Technician and 1 more health than Glowstone Technician. So it's on about the similar power level of Glowstone Technician. But I don't know. The hand buff seems kind of okay. You need to get a lot of dragons in hand. And the next card we're going to look at does try to put dragons in hand. Maybe they'll print more of that. We'll have to see. Right now it seems okay. But Dragon Pally needs more support anyway, so who knows how we're gonna get to that point of it working. Let's take a look at the next card and see what else they're trying to do. And the next card that helps support Dragon Pally is Bronze Herald. It's a dragon by itself with okay stats. They're not the best. But what it does is it tries to put more dragons into your hand, and that's clearly designed to synergize with Dragon Speaker, and I think that it's okay. The synergy there is okay. What I think it does better is it is flexible, where it could do things like synergize with Dragon Speaker and the hand buffs, but it also is a dragon that by itself, before you play it, can sit in your hand for dragon activator cards that require you to hold a dragon. And after you play it, it can put 2 dragons into your hand that allow you to either tempo out dragons or hold them into your hand for dragon activator cards. I think if you're trying to play like a tempo-y dragon deck, one of the things you want to do is be able to hold dragons and play dragons. And one of the things this card does is it enables you to do both by adding dragons to your hand so you can play and hold more dragons without having to worry about drawing dragons to activate your dragons. So that synergy, I like the design of that synergy. I'm not saying that this card is going to be good because of that synergy, but I'm definitely going to acknowledge that that synergy exists. So now we got Mass Resurrection. So I like the wild Hearthstone community was like, hey Blizzard, do you think you could do something to balance Big Priest? It seems like it can be kind of strong when you high roll Barns, and then it doesn't feel like you can do really much against it when they get Barns on 4 and then summon a bunch of things. It can be pretty challenging to deal with. Do you think you can do something about that, please? And then Blizzard is like, okay, here you go. Here's another card for Priest that resurrects minions. Okay. Thanks, Blizzard. Anyway, the next card we have is Sludge Slurper, which is a Murloc card that summons lackeys for Shaman. And this seems like about on the same power level, honestly, as the other lackey cards. A little bit understated for the benefit of getting lackeys. It's a 2-1 with Overload, so it's technically a 2-mana 2-1 to get a lackey, but it's also a Murloc. So maybe the ability to play Murloc Shaman with lackeys could work. The lackeys aren't Murlocs, but they also work in a similar kind of tempo-y, aggro-y kind of deck. So maybe this could work. Who knows? I'm not too sure. Now we have Crystal Stag. For anybody who was watching the reveals live, like I was, got to watch Trump take 40 minutes to open a puzzle box to reveal this card, while I also had to go to work at that time while I was just hoping that Trump would open the box already so I could just go to work on time, and thankfully he managed to pop it open a few minutes before I had to leave. Thank you, Trump. I appreciate you. Anyway, it looks like we got another Beast Druid card with a bit of a weird requirement for Druid. Maybe they'll be doing healing for Druid. Maybe they're trying to replace the massive armor gain of the past with healing. And if the healing does work, is the payoff of this card good enough? You get 2 4/4 Rush Beasts for 5. I think that's obviously pretty well statted, and if you can make a tempo deck work, this card would work pretty okay in it. It's just the requirement is so weird. I gotta wonder how hard or easy it will be to complete that requirement. We got another card with it, which I'll talk about next, that helps it. I don't know if it's the right card. Let's take a look at if this card is the right card to make this work. And that card that came with Trump's reveal is Crystal Power. It's a card that is going to be able to synergize with Crystal Stag on one of the sides of the coins, being able to restore the exact amount of health you need to activate the Crystal Stag. Is that going to be good? I don't know. Someone I saw on the internet said you could play Crystallizer and then restore the health that you got from Crystallizer, make that loss pretty easily, and then I guess the other side of the coin, the damage side of the coin, is okay. It's an arcane shot. It seems a little underpowered to me. You could play it with the new Druid Legendary that we just looked at that gives you 2 copies of your Choose One effects, which will allow you to get more value out of this card, to do more damage and a little bit more healing. Is that good enough? It doesn't sound good enough as I say it. I am trying to be hopeful and say that is good enough, but it doesn't sound good enough to me. I don't know. We'll have to see what they print for Druid, if they can make things like that work. And that's every card for March 27th, it looks like. I got more reviews coming as the days continue, so let's keep it rolling. Keep an eye out for my other reviews. I'm going to try and keep them coming. The cards are coming faster than I can make these reviews. I'll try my hardest to keep up. Thank you guys for keeping up with these videos with me.